Saturday night at the Elimination Chamber in Toronto, Canada, John Cena, arguably the GOAT, finally turned heel for the first time in his career. He aligned himself with the final boss. They beat down WWE Undisputed Champion Cody Rhodes after Cena won his 4th Elimination Chamber match to tie Triple H for the most ever. And this was just one of the most shocking moments in wrestling history. This is shades of when Hulk Hogan turned heel back in '96 in WCW and joined the NWO. It's shades of when Seth Rollins turned his back on the Shield to join Triple H and the Authority back in 2014. But this moment, to me, is the biggest heel turn since Hulk Hogan. It's arguably the biggest heel turn of all time because nobody ever saw this coming. Everybody thought that, Cena maybe will turn heel at some point in his career, but he just was that prototypical babyface, that prototypical good guy. He did all the right things. He said all the right things. He was the face of the company for more than 2 decades. He was the top merch seller. He granted the most wishes. He high-fived kids, and he was just that character that just the fans adored and loved for so much of his career, and was just one of those guys that we never thought would turn to the dark side. And he finally did when, personally, I at least expected it. John Cena just won the Elimination Chamber. He shakes the hand of Cody Rhodes. He hugs him. And then Cody Rhodes kind of tells The Rock, he told him that he's not joining him. He used some curse words there, and then Cena went in for another handshake with Cody, and that's when Cena and The Rock locked eyes, and The Rock did his signature motion with his hands to slit his throat, and that's when Cena hit Cody with the low blow, knocked him down, and took the Rolex watch that Triple H re-gifted Cody Rhodes, which was Dusty's Rolex that he had to pawn off years ago. Cena took that Rolex and beat down Cody Rhodes. Then he took the WWE Championship belt and beat down Cody Rhodes. And then The Rock got in with his weight belt, got a few shots off. Travis Scott was even in the mix. It was just craziness. 3 of the biggest stars were beating down Cody Rhodes. And like I said, I think this is the biggest heel turn since Hulk Hogan at the very least. But when you just look at the shocking moments that we've seen in WWE history, this to me is the most shocking moment in the last 20 plus years. This is a more shocking moment to me than when Undertaker's streak was snapped by Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 30. And that is because his streak, although it was over 20 and he kept building and building, it seemed eventually that it was building, getting to a point where somebody was going to dethrone The Undertaker at some point. But it just seemed like there was just no way that Cena was ever going to turn heel and turn his back on the fans that he's had so much love and respect for his entire career. And also, during his last year, Cena only has 10 more months in the WWE as a full-time wrestler, or as a wrestler, period, for that. And to kind of close this chapter of his life as a heel is just pretty crazy, because it's just something I never expected would happen, especially from a guy like John Cena, and especially joining Cena, one of his biggest rivals in The Rock. These guys had so much history and beef in the mid-2010s. They wrestled at WrestleMania 28 and 29. Cena beat him at 29 at MetLife Stadium. And it just seemed like these guys never were going to be the best of friends or be on the same page, let alone working together to take down the top good guy right now in the WWE, and Cody Rhodes. It is really just a new chapter and layer to this whole bloodline universe that The Rock is living in. And Now you have to ask yourself, where does this leave Roman Reigns? Does he face Seth Rollins? Does he face CM Punk at WrestleMania? I think both of those matchups are very likely, but it's just crazy that John Cena will likely, if he can win his 17th record-breaking championship at WrestleMania 41, he will likely get booed out of the building, and that is just something I never would have expected, because it seemed even dating back even yesterday at the Elimination Chamber when he made his entrance, everybody wanted him to win. So it just really is crazy. And like The Rock said on NXT January 7th, after he appeared on the Raw debut on Netflix, he said, enjoy the ride that the final boss is taking you on. The final boss is always 10 steps ahead. And it does seem like he is 10 steps ahead, because the dots are starting to connect. As we saw Bad Blood, The Rock put up the 3 fingers like this. And as we know, that's John Cena's legendary symbol that he does with the fans and everybody when he comes to the ring every time he's out there. And so now everything is starting to make sense. And that's why I have held that hope. People can criticize Triple H here and there and The Rock here and there for his wacky promo on SmackDown last week. But I'm just going to keep letting them cook, keep letting them make magic and evaluate it after the fact. And until this point, they haven't done much wrong, and they're just firing on all cylinders, because this is leading up to one of the best rivalries that we have seen at WrestleMania in a long, long time. A heel John Cena trying to take down the Cody Rhodes, who's the good guy, at WrestleMania 41. I can't wait for that match. I thought that would be a great storyline if both guys were good guys, but now, since Cena's a heel, it makes it so much more unpredictable, and it's just going to be a great road to WrestleMania, as we're nearing a little over a month away until the show of shows. But thanks everybody for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.